Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a good day and a good week. I'm back again with another weekly prediction type of video. I really didn't get any feedback on the last one, so I'm just going to keep making them unless somebody tells me that they absolutely hate them. A bit of warning, right? I think I figured this out last week, and since I don't film the readings before I film the introduction, because I do that, I didn't say in the introduction, what you can kind of expect out of this properly, I guess. Be forewarned. If you want to look into, the next week or even the future in general, there might be some things in there that might be difficult to hear. So keep that in mind. I don't plan these out. I'm filming this introduction before I film, the readings. So keep that in mind, I guess. Be warned. I am just shuffling these to get the oracle cards for the readings to help you pick the readings. I felt called to do three readings this week. I don't know. We're going to take a sneak peek. I'm using the angel number oracle here, and I'm going to use the dream vision tarot. That was calling out to me for the video today. So hopefully some of these start falling out. We've got pyrite here. Okay, that's the second time I've seen that, so I'm going to take this. We got pyrite with 717 bravery. Let's see what card we get with the sunstone this week. And let me know, by the way, in the comments if there is, a format that you guys might prefer for this. If you guys prefer using zodiac signs, I can definitely start doing that. Or if you like this format where it's just kind of like a card and a crystal, or I can add in charms or things like that, let me know. I want to make the content that you guys want to see, so I really do appreciate feedback. 222 alignment for the sunstone. And then the last one we have is, I literally always am like, I get this confused with citrine. It is not citrine. I think it's a yellow calcite. I've said it in videos before. I don't even remember. Anyways, I do think it is yellow calcite. So yellow calcite for the last one. I don't know. These were, geez Louise, that went flying. This card I get so often. I don't know why. Okay, 911 inevitability. So take a look, see which crystal, which card is calling out to you, and, remember to kind of buckle in when we do these weekly videos. I have no idea what's going to come out in your reading, so be prepared to hear anything and everything. And we're doing a Celtic Cross, so it is going to be kind of a deep dive into the energies of next week. I think I might switch it up a little bit. I think I'm, so it's your energy for the week, a challenge that you'll face, your conscious mind and unconscious mind. I'm going to go back to just having it be about your mind, just to make things a little bit more clearer. An event from your past that is going to be impacting your week next week. The energy of the start of the week. I think how you're influencing the events and external influence. So this could be person, environment, anything like that. A hope or a fear that you might have. And then lastly is kind of the general outcome. So kind of the energy of later into the week, the overarching energy. Let me put these down. All right. So buckle in. Once one of these things is calling to you, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, welcome to reading number 1. I'm going to be doing this in a similar format that I did the week at a glance video last week, where, oh, let me push these out of the way. Hey guys, welcome to reading number 1. I'm doing this in a similar format to what I did on the previous week at a glance kind of video, and I'm just going to be shuffling live and seeing what comes out and interpreting things on the fly. Pyrite is on the left, and your card was 717 bravery. I'm curious to see how that theme kind of plays out in today's reading. Let me know in the comments if you notice a connection between things that I don't. And then I have the angel number oracle here, just to, I guess, for clarifications and stuff. I thought it would be interesting to have that there instead of, pulling more tarot cards. But Anyways, your energy for next week is the King of Pentacles, which is T. I think you're going to feel successful next week. You're going to feel like you have the resources that you need, and you might be a little serious because you're going to be focused on something to do with, like, I think it's probably like work or finances. You know, if you've made a decision in the previous week, you know, next week you're going to be determined to kind of like follow through with it, and you're willing to put in the work next week. So I think that's a good energy to be in. Let's take a look at a challenge. Like, what's the challenge for you next week? Oop, that card flipped. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, I think the challenge for you is pretty much going to be like having the patience to really see the hard work pay off. Like, I think you might want to have, you know, whatever decision you made, whatever you're working towards, I think you might want to see the results immediately, and it's going to be difficult for you to be patient. But if you are patient, then you are going to be able to harvest the results of your hard work. And if you need to plan or review things, like, you might be tempted to just kind of rush into things, but be patient, do the planning, do the reviewing that's needed, and then all of that work will pay off. Let's take a look at your conscious mind. So what might you actively be thinking about? Whoop, went flying. Actively thinking about next week. Okay, I think you're probably thinking about another person. We have the Page of Cups here. This could be a water sign, more of a youthful, kind of feminine energy. This person might just be on your mind. Let's see. You know, I think whenever a court card, like, I'm not getting that this is your energy. I don't think you're, you know, thinking about yourself here. I do think you're thinking about another person. They're definitely intuitive and loving. They're positive, you know, they're kind of soothing and inspiring. And maybe you're thinking about them because they might, like, help you with this, and you're kind of thinking about, you know, because the Page of Cups is also an intuitive messenger, right? So you might be receiving a message from this person. You might have received a message from this person already, and they're kind of helping you with, you know, managing the emotions of this situation next week. So you might just be thinking about them and the message that they gave you. Let's take a look at your unconscious mind. I always have to remind myself that I need to, like, jut my hands forward so you guys can see what I'm actually, you know, shuffling. Whoa, oh. Okay. You know what? I'll take both. They both went flying. Okay, on the unconscious mind, I think, okay, this makes sense considering this. So the 7 of Cups is about having a lot of options and thinking about what to do, but it's not a card of action. So kind of in the back of your mind, you might be like fantasizing about what the future could look like, what paths forward you can take. But because you might be thinking, have so many possibilities available to you, you might be kind of frozen by them. And so this is kind of operating in the back of your mind, by the way. I don't know if I said that. But this is impacting things. You might just not be acknowledging these thoughts as much. You've also, I think, experienced a loss, and the loss is kind of in the back of your mind, and you're not maybe actively dealing with those emotions in the forefront. I could see with these, like, looking at this as like an entire story, right? This is the column that represents you. If we're looking at this as an entire story, you know, you're feeling like things are going well, you're feeling successful, you maybe made a decision and you're willing to put the work in. What's challenging for you is actually having the patience and waiting to see that hard work pay off. You kind of are looking for instant gratification, instant results. In the meantime, you might be kind of like fantasizing about what things could look like in the future, what the results could really look like, but you've also experienced a loss in the past. Things may not have worked out for you in the past, and maybe you're even worrying about things not working out, maybe being a failure, things not going well. And these are all kind of, you know, impacting your experiences next week. This person, I think, will be on your mind. You'll be thinking about them because they might be emotional support for you, and they might have had a message for you that, you know, you're kind of listening and remembering the stuff that they told you. Let's take a look at something from your past that's going to be impacting next week. Let's see here. I hope I didn't repeat myself too much there. Okay, I do think so. Page of Pentacles I think is probably something that the way that you used to be in the past, because that is like a lesser version of, the King of Pentacles in a way. And I think with the Page of Pentacles, like this is, I think you were studying in the past. You were engaging in a lot of planning. You're not afraid of hard work, and I think maybe like this is just more of a youthful energy than this. Like maybe like, reflecting on where you came from and this kind of more youthful energy that you had of like not being afraid of the hard work, excited about what the future holds, and like following through on things and thinking that you know everything. And like that's kind of the part of being youthful, is that you can end up being kind of stubborn because you think you know what's best. And so this kind of attitude that you've held in the past is going to impact what you're experiencing this week. Let me move this over. Let's take a look at like the energy of earlier on in the week, that near future placement. I haven't seen anything that I feel we need to clarify with angel numbers just yet, but let's stay tuned because we might see something. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna put these back. Okay. Whoa. Ace of Cups. Okay, so I think you are going to you're going to feel a sense of renewal earlier in the week. Ace of Cups is definitely like feeling very positive. I think you're going to feel positive earlier in the week, maybe because you're kind of like, you're raring to go, you're feeling successful, you feel like things are kind of working out with that King of Pentacles. And you could maybe experience a new kind of like connection next week, an emotional connection, could be romantic, could be friends. You might like deepen a relationship that you already have, or like meet somebody new. And those like, this could also be like passion for your work if you're maybe more focused on work, but an emotional renewal, feeling like pretty good earlier in the week, which is great. I love to see that. Let's take a look at how you will be influencing the events that unfold next week. So that's the internal influences placement. That was multiple cards, so I put that back. Okay. Six of Wands. Okay, again, I think you're feeling pretty successful at this moment in time. And just that attitude of like, I am successful, things are working out. Our thoughts influence our reality. The way that we perceive things has such an impact on your experience of life. Truly, like that cannot be understated. Like perception is everything. And so you having that, hello? Cards of that, I'm not accepting those because that was just me being clumsy. But I think because you're feeling motivated and inspired, you're gonna feel like a winner, and having that sense of optimism means that you're gonna manifest good results. This I'm happy with this. Like the readings last week, some of them were like a little heavy, so I'm really jazzed that this is looking like a good week for you. Let's take a look at external influences. This could be another person, or like the energy of the environment, or something that the universe is pushing you towards. Ooh, okay, the Lovers. I do think that, your romantic connection is going to have an influence on things next week. So if you're in a relationship, it could be that person that you're in a relationship with is going to have an influence on things. I think that this could also just refer to anybody that's very close to you. Your close relationships are going to impact the way that you experience next week. So if you do have some kind of a emotional renewal, like a refresh in your romantic connections, a new start, that definitely could just like really just bring a lot of positivity to your week, and I could see that being the case. The Lovers can also sometimes indicate a choice. We talked a little bit about maybe you've made a decision in the past to do something with this King of Pentacles card, and you might have to face some kind of you might be put into a position where you're also having to decide. But I'm leaning more towards the romantic connection having an influence. Let's take a look at your like a hope or a fear for next week. Five of Pentacles. Okay, this is definitely reflective of this kind of unconscious mind energy here. You're worried about losing. You're worried about things not going well. You're learning about you're worried about financial hardship. Like this, like the fear of like failure and not being successful is going to be the biggest fear for you next week. But you cannot listen to those voices because it sounds like it's all coming from inside of you. There is nothing else in these cards, especially the more external energy type of cards that indicate that like something is not going to work out for you or indicate that you're going to experience some kind of a loss. So the other implication with the Five of Pentacles is that you have to take a look at the gifts that you have. You can see that there's 5 pentacles sitting right there and the character in the card isn't looking at them. So I think, you know, in order to help you with this fear, if you just take a look at the things in life that are going well and that you do have, you know, that will help you overcome this fear. Let's get this outcome card, like the overall energy, the energy of later in the week, kind of like how the week is going to culminate. Justice. Okay. I don't do reversals in this deck, by the way. So if you see me flipping things back over, that's why. I don't use this deck. I don't use reversals with this deck. Has this been crooked this whole time? Okay. So the overriding energy of the week, like later in the week, is going to be justice. So I think, you know, focusing on what's true, focusing on what's fair, and understanding like balance, keeping balance in your life is going to be important. This could even just refer to balancing. Make sure you have a good balance between the positive and negative thoughts. You don't want to be like so positive that you're delusional, but you also don't want to be too negative that you're like preventing yourself from like reaching your potential. And the energy of this week is definitely like cause and effect. That's another implication with the Justice card, that the, you know, energy that you put into things is going to be the energy that you get out. So, and also have faith that like the universe handles debts and balances. So if you feel like things have gone wrong for you or you have been wronged, don't worry. The universe will course correct on its own. You don't really need to do anything. Okay. I don't really feel the need to clarify anything, but I'm just going to pull another angel number card for you. Just, you know, for an additional message. This one flipped over right away. What was this one? Oh my gosh. This card comes out all the time. This is the only card in this deck that's not a number. But anyways, infinity. I think this is like, you know, you need to believe in your infinite potential. That life is what you make of it. And so have faith that like, you know, the possibilities are infinite for you. The universe is open to you. You could see all the colors represented there. Like, you know, I think you do have a deep understanding that there are some kind of possibilities for you, but use that. Be excited about that. The world is your oyster. Be brave, maybe. Be brave. Confront your fears, confront your insecurities, and, you know, things will go well for you. All right. This is very positive. I'm happy that the reading turned out this way this week. Let me know in the comments if you have any clarifying questions, if you enjoy these videos. Again, I think I'm going to make this a series, so I have to pop these all in a playlist. I don't know whether I should make these like timeless, so whenever you know, find them or see them, or if I should, you know, set a date to them. I still haven't decided. If you have an opinion on that, let me know. And otherwise, leave a like if it resonated. I do use the likes to kind of gauge the feedback as well. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope I'll see you again in a future video. Hey guys, welcome to reading number 2. You can see the sunstone on the left, and the oracle card was 222 alignment. Maybe there will be something about being aligned with your higher self or aligning with another person. You can see the heart on there. I'm curious to see how this plays out. If you notice connections between this and the reading, let me know in the comments, because sometimes I miss those connections. Otherwise, today I'm doing, you know, the shuffle and reading on the fly kind of method. Leave me some feedback if you prefer this or if you hate this. Please let me know. I'm dying to hear from you guys. And I also was wondering if you could leave a comment and tell me if you actually want this to be a series, and if you prefer, you know, a certain format, if you want me to select reading zodiac sign based, or like if you want me to put dates on this, like September the 15th to the whatever. I don't even know what day it is today. But, or if you prefer them to be timeless. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you want. I, want to make things that people want to see. Anyways, let's get into it. We're going to take a look at your energy for next week. That'll be the first card. Let's see what we get. Whoa. This one is in the middle, so I'm keeping that one. The Hermit. Okay, so next week you might be kind of keeping to yourself, doing some self-discovery, some introspection, some reflection. You can see that the Hermit is facing the past, right? So maybe doing some reflection and looking at your past. I'm tempted to pull a past card here, because this might actually be what you're reflecting on and looking towards. I'm going to switch up the order a little bit, and we're going to pull a card for the past. So that's an event from your past that will be influencing your experiences next week. Maybe it's what you'll be reflecting on. Four of Pentacles. Okay. So there might have been a moment in your past where you were feeling a little insecure, and as a result, like hoarding resources. So that could be like financial insecurity. It could be like actual possessions, but it can also be emotional. You're worried about being vulnerable, so you have a wall up. You don't let other people in. You don't give away your emotional resources. Fear of losing control. There's a moment like to the point maybe where you're feeling isolated. And maybe that's why you're in this Hermit energy this week, is like because you've ended up maybe a little bit isolated by the choice to kind of protect your peace a little too much. That's what I associate with the Four of Pentacles. Protecting your peace to the point where you find yourself being like, oh gosh, I have nothing going on. All right, let's take a look at the challenge. Nine of Wands. Okay, I think if you've been going through a difficult time, you're going to feel like exhausted, but the Nine of Wands is telling you that it's almost done. You just have to push through. This is like the final push. But I think really finding the motivation to push through, finding the will to persevere and be resilient might be challenging for you this week, but do it anyways, because it's almost done. Let's take a look at your conscious mind, what you'll be thinking about very consciously. This one flipped over. I'm going to take this one. Eight of Swords. Okay. You're going to be thinking a lot about how you're feeling kind of trapped. And you're like, I really want to get out of this. I'm trapped here. I can't believe that like I've ended up trapped. But like the thing with the Eight of Swords is that it's like a trap of your own making. You're like trapped by your own thoughts, trapped by your own mind. And so you can free yourself from this trap if you want to. It's kind of your own making here. And that's kind of what you'll be thinking about. You'll be thinking about how you're feeling trapped. But like my advice to you is that it may be of your own making. So you can definitely free yourself if you want to. Let's take a look at the unconscious mind. That was a pile, so I'm taking that. A bunch fell on the floor. Let me pick those up. Okay, we have one actually on the table. Ooh, okay. Very different energy going on in the unconscious mind. I think you'll be, kind of on the back of your mind with the Empress there. I think you'll be thinking about how to get inspired, how to get in touch with your creativity. You're going to be thinking about nurturing something and, how to bring like abundance back into your world. Like what should I be nurturing here? What should I be working on? What should I be working towards? Like you have this like creative energy, but maybe, because of all of this, it's not really the forefront of your mind right now, but maybe it should be. Maybe getting in touch with this Empress energy will help free you from this trap that you think that you're in. Near future, okay. Earlier in the week, you might be offered some kind of an opportunity. Ace of Pentacles can indicate, like a work opportunity, a financial opportunity. Something is going to be handed to you, but it's going to be up to you to accept it. Like that's kind of the key with these aces. You're going to have to accept it. But since like the Ace of Pentacles is usually like, this is a good opportunity, a good omen, you might have the chance to like make something happen that you've wanted to happen for a while, and it's going to be an opportunity for you to manifest your goals and reach your potential. So be on the lookout for that earlier in the week. Sometimes these opportunities aren't very clear when they present themselves. So keep a very close eye out. Let's take a look at your external influences, not external, internal. So how you will be influencing your experiences next week. The Devil, okay. All right, so you might be sabotaging yourself a little bit here. Perhaps that's what this Eight of Swords energy is kind of referring to. And this Four of Pentacles. I think there might be some self-sabotage going on here. You know, you're kind of caught in old behavior patterns that aren't serving you. And the Devil card has that same energy as the Eight of Swords, where it's like you are keeping yourself trapped here. It's like of your own making. So I think that, you know, might have to focus on like breaking some of those, the self-sabotage patterns. Let's take a look at external influences. This could be a person, this could be your environment, this could just be kind of like a situation. The overall vibe, how it's, what the universe is pushing you towards. I don't know, it could be so many things. This is 2 cards. I'm gonna put that back. I just want one, please. Oh. Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is probably another person in your life, maybe a fire sign. This person is definitely optimistic and, passionate. They might be, I don't know what the word is, like attractive. Probably a woman, again, maybe a fire sign. They're kind of assertive. Like they have the drive to get stuff done in life, and they kind of like make things happen for themselves. And maybe that will be a source of inspiration for you. Maybe they'll help you, kind of like a fiery kind of person. This is a hope or fear. You are hoping for a fresh start. I think you're hoping for a new emotional connection. And like, it could be romantic, it could be friendship. Like you're just looking to kind of have a renewed passion, feeling like excited about things and like an emotional refresh, And it looks like an opportunity is coming for you. So I think, if you have that hope, you got to seize this, I think. But maybe you're hoping for like a new romantic connection or a new friendship. Could be simple as that. Let's take a look at like the outcome, like the overall energy of later in the week. I think that, Two of Cups. Okay. So very interesting, considering that you're hoping for an Ace of Wands and this new opportunity is going to be presented to you. Two of Cups is like, a very like deepening your emotional connection with somebody in your life. You're going to feel very in sync with them. You're going to be feeling very harmonious in this relationship. Lots of unity, lots of love, and appreciation for this other person. Like, I think next week will just be kind of like bonding time for you and this other person. Could be a romantic connection. And I do think, this bonding, you'll get what you hope for, because this bonding is very like positive and stuff. And so you will have some kind of an emotional restart, an emotional refresh. Maybe that's why this 222 in alignment is there. It's kind of bringing you into alignment with your higher self, this connection. Let's see. Very interesting, considering your energy is the Hermit. Like you don't want to sabotage yourself here, right? Because that's looking like that could be a possibility. If you are just open to it and you accept the opportunities and accept the connection, you push through this hard time that you're experiencing. Like good things are like right on the other end, immediately on the other end. You do not want to sabotage this with this Devil card here, and you don't want to like isolate yourself too much with this Hermit card here. I mean, it's good to know what you want and what you're looking for, but don't push other people away. Don't hoard your emotional resources here, and you're not as trapped as you think that you are. Anyways, random rant there. Let me pull another angel card here. I don't really feel like anything needs clarifying, but I'm just curious to get another, a message for you that might help you with this self-sabotaging. I don't want that for you. I want this Ace of Cups and this Two of Cups energy and this Ace of Pentacles energy. The Queen of Wands is probably going to be helping with that. I don't know if you know who that is. Maybe it'll be a new person. Woo! That card went flying. Harmony. Okay, very similar to this. Like, you know, focus on harmony next week. Focus on bringing harmony into your life. Definitely don't create anything that is not harmonious. You know, you don't want to push any negative energy out into the universe. So focus on harmony. You got lots of twos here. So lots of twos happening. Anyways, leave me that feedback in the comments that I mentioned earlier. I would really appreciate it. Or if you have clarifying questions, feel free to put those in there too. I'm happy to answer any clarifying questions. I'm looking forward to next week for you. I wish you the best with this. Don't hold yourself back next week. And I hope I'll see you again in a future video. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Hey guys, welcome to reading number 3. We have the yellow calcite on the left and your oracle card is 911, inevitability. Let's see how this theme kind of plays out in the reading. Usually it connects in some way, so let's take a look. I'm going to be doing like the live shuffling kind of format. If you hate this, if you prefer to have the cards laid out, let me know in the comments. I want to give you guys the type of videos that you want to see. And if you prefer to have like the reading selection, incorporate zodiac signs for these weekly videos, let me know. And I guess let's get into it. I think that's the only thing I wanted to say. Okay. Let's take a look at your energy for next week. Ooh, that flipped. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. I think you're going to be feeling great next week. 10 of Pentacles, love to see it. That's very good vibes. I think in terms of your energy, you're going to be feeling like abundance, you know, financial abundance, abundance in your relationships, in your connections, like feeling very successful. If you've got like family business, it could be going really well for you next week. You're going to feel like things are going really well. If not, it's just kind of like this overarching feeling of like stability and contentment. You're happy with things and you feel like things are going well. You're not feeling insecure or anything like that. Let's take a look at the challenge for you next week. Curious to see what it is, considering, you know, that the energy was so positive. Page of Swords. Okay, so this could be another person. A person might be posing a challenge for you next week. Perhaps your relationship with this person. Page of Swords, feminine energy, kind of air sign. They might be like, they have a lot of energy, they have a lot of ideas, but they might not be they could be kind of harsh or cold sometimes. Maybe they'll make a comment, because the Page of Swords can also indicate a message or some kind of a communication. This person could say something to you, you know, that might irk you or irritate you, or you might just be in general kind of receiving a message next week that you're not very pleased with. Let's take a look at the past that could be impacting the Emperor. Okay, so this could represent a person from your past. The person who's kind of like in charge, in the boss, if you do have a family business, you know, it could be your father, like, or it could just be this moment in your past where you're feeling like you were very in control of things, and that might be influencing things this week. So, you know, the success and contentment that you're experiencing next week could be a result of you taking control and stepping into that Emperor energy in your past. Could be as simple as that. Remember to take what resonates here. I didn't say that. So I offer a few different interpretations of each card just because this is like a collective reading. So take the one that applies and kind of ignore the other ones. Okay. Conscious thoughts, 4 of Pentacles. I think because you are feeling very stable and content next week, you might be thinking about, okay, how can I hoard these resources? How can I protect the success that I have? How can I make sure that it is not depleted? There's a warning here with this 4 of Pentacles that it's like, it can go to an extreme. So just keep these thoughts in check. It's good to be like safe and secure and protect what you have, but don't do it to the point where like you're blocking everybody out and like hoarding things to the max. And you might even start to feel this way, maybe because of the message. If you do receive a message that you're unhappy with, you know, that might kind of trigger this like, oh, I've got to protect everything. I can't let anything go to the wayside. Let's take a look at the unconscious mind. This is something that could just kind of be on the back of your mind, or you're not really acknowledging much, but it's impacting what you're experiencing next week. Knight of Wands. Okay. I think this is probably another person in your life. Knight of Wands is kind of male, fire sign energy. It doesn't have to be those things, by the way. I just, for the people that resonates for. But this person has a lot of confidence and courage, swift act. Like if they do decide to take action, they're swift and they're determined with it. Like they are ready to do what needs to be done. So this could be that this other person is kind of like inspiring for you. You want to kind of embody those attributes of theirs, or this could be that you want to get in touch with this side of yourself. So this could be a part of you. Maybe you are more of a masculine energy, more of a fire sign. It's like, but either way, taking swift, determined action, feeling confident and courageous, it kind of aligns with all the other stuff that I'm seeing here. Let's take a look at the near future. So like the energy of earlier in the week. Another court card. So there's either a lot of people involved here, or, you kind of have a lot of different sides to yourself. Okay, so Queen of Swords. You are going to have to be a little bit more logical or earlier in the week, or this feminine kind of air sign energy might have an influence on your experiences earlier in the week. But I do think that this could be like, you're just gonna have to be a little bit more logical and objective, especially if you are receiving some kind of a message that might be challenging for you. You're gonna have to think logically about it and see it from a different perspective. And if you're like worried about your stuff, your resources being taken from you, use logic to kind of deal with those thoughts. Like kind of give yourself a reality check here. The Queen of Swords, is also very independent and chatty and open-minded. Like be open to change, be open to other people's opinions. And when something seems like it's not working anymore, problem solve, find a new way to go about things, and that, might help. That's the energy of earlier in this week. Let's take a look at this is your internal influence. So how you're impacting, your experiences next week. The Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot to me is always about motivation. What's motivating you here? Like whatever is motivating you, whatever horse is driving you next week is going to impact the way that things play out. There are two horses here, the black horse and the white horse. One of them is more emotional, one of them is more logical. So which one is driving you? Are you feeling inspired? Are you feeling hopeful? Are you feeling confident? Or are you feeling fearful? Are you feeling like, this energy? What horse is driving you? And then, with the Chariot as well, it can be like you have the drive to overcome any obstacles that come your way. That's a good energy to have if you do feel that way about yourself. Let's take a look at external influences. This could be the energy of the environment. This could be another person. Okay, you are going to be put in this a new opportunity, a new circumstance. Like a new adventure is gonna kind of is gonna force itself onto you, and you might be feeling like you don't know what to do or how to move forward, because that energy of the Fool is just kind of like stepping off the cliff without knowing, what's coming next. So you might be pushed into that opportunity. I am going to pull another card. I have these here just for, if I want any clarifications or advice. I think I'm going to pull a card asking for advice for you on how to deal with this Fool situation that is happening in your environment. Honestly, also sometimes the Fool can kind of indicate that a person is a fool. And if it's in the external, it would be there's someone in your life that might be acting like a fool. I hope that's not the case, but let's get some advice on how you can deal with this situation if one will fall out. There we go. Mindfulness. 2713, mindfulness. Be very mindful. If you're being pushed into this situation where people are pressuring you to take action very quickly, don't do it. be mindful about the actions that you're taking and think through things, right? Think through what your motivation is, what's driving you forward. Do not like succumb to that fool energy. This is a hope or a fear. I think this is probably more of a fear for you. Two of Swords, like feeling like you're afraid that you don't know the way forward, that you don't know what's best. You know, you can see the character in the card is blindfolded. And also, you're kind of afraid that if you're like juggling two things, two mental forces, two people's opinions, like finding the balance between those two might be difficult for you, and you're afraid of like having to maintain that balance. Yeah, I think the Two of Swords is just about not knowing the way forward. And that's a reasonable fear to have. Let's take a look at the outcome. This is like the energy of like later in the week, kind of how the week is going to culminate. Okay, the Moon. The week might culminate in a sense of like confusion, or like you don't know what to do or how to move forward. But I think it's important that, you know, you keep in touch with this mindfulness, you reflect on, you know, what's driving you, what's motivating you, you stay logical about things. I'm going to pull another card here, because the Moon is also like an intuitive card and like trusting your gut. So keep in touch with your mindfulness, keep in touch with yourself. And 369, have some compassion for yourself and the people around you. You know, if you're trying your best, if you're doing the best with what you have, you know, understand that about yourself. You know, you want things to go well, you want to be successful, and be compassionate that things can just sometimes happen, and like have grace for yourself and have grace for other people. Other people have lives and they're dealing with things, and most people are just trying to do the best that they can. So keep all of that in mind. I am not seeing how this inevitability is playing out here, but if you know what's going on, please let me know. I would love to see it in the comments. Give me feedback about the format and the weekly, you know, series thing in the comments as well. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. If you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe. I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. That also, you know, gives me an idea of what's working and what's not. But thank you for spending some time with me today, and I hope I'll see you again in a future video.